It's week 9 of the NFL, and we've got the Chargers' versatile running back. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Chargers and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3 quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll run here with a rookie. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 90 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline and incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Dayon Henley. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. The 4 touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Here now, 2nd and 4. Tomlinson up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Herbert off of play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the air again, Herbert. It's complete to his big target, Crumpler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. From the 23, here's the second down at 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw caught there by Crumpler. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The end result, 21 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Tomlinson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Now it's Herbert. Steps away, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill set to take over once more. And as we play here in the month of November, he's putting together a campaign to remember, the NFL's leader amongst wideouts in touchdown receptions. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the second down and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in the...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard.
At the 17-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season, but they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team, because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I know I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew, so plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The Lions move there, look like nobody open, now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Herbert throwing again. On the out route, he finds Johnston. Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They snap it to Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Play action. It's Herbert. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. And they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Looking to throw. He's got McBride here over the middle. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
They go play action here on 1st down. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down and 4.
It's a pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Peyton Turner. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Here's 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. The Chargers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He gets it to Johnston. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there, against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert under pressure, and down he goes. They sack it back at the 36. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
In motion, Hill. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So here are the Chargers to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Herbert staying on his feet. It's wheeled in downfield by Johnston. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Herbert. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That one complete to McConkey. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Herbert back to the air. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, That play would be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short one here, caught by McBride. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will knot us up at 10. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. And a little throw there is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin in the AFC North as we head up to M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore hosting Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one, all tied. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll get it up near midfield at 49 before being taken down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Herbert off of play action. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis. So to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's a give up the middle. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Hill shedding the tackle. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the Chargers.
And they'll send Waddle in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Stretch play to Tomlinson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Drops this off to Tomlinson, complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Second and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now it's Herbert. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Herbert now. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Off to the races. Inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards on the ground. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw caught there by Crumpler. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. He juked him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go up the gut with Tomlinson. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Let's go.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers trailing 17-10. A minute 44 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Herbert. This one finds McConkey.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Now Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring second down. Herbert. It's complete to his big target, Crumpler. This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Herbert going to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
That was a big shot for the end zone. You've still got a little bit of time here. You have to expect we'll see another. And remember, no timeouts left. So if you throw it short of the end zone and you're tackled, that's going to be the ball game.
Now he'll escape to his right. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Miami, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.